Team Falcons versus Xtreme Gaming Grand Finals Game 5.
And we were wondering how things were gonna get shaken up for this fifth game, and there is a very clear difference going into this fifth game. And we have Xtreme, Radiant, Falcons, Dire, but the biggest difference is that Falcons, for the first time in this series, first pick.
It's a big change, and it's a change that I kind of like. I would have already liked it last game, but I believe it was XG who had to face, and they were like, haha, joke's on you, we're not going to let you switch it up. But this time, Falcons, they win the last game, and now they force a switch up to not make it easy for XG, so I like the start.
With only 3 bans now, we've seen those 3 bans be used with the 3 offlaners plus a Naga Siren. So which offlaner are they going to offer up to XG potentially to take in the first phase, which we haven't seen at all in the first 4 games?
My heart says Earthshaker. Like, if you're going to pick between the Earthshaker and the Mars to give to Xtreme Gaming, you might as well give the Shaker and try to beat it on lane, because Mars does not need that much. With that Eul's and that Blink, you're playmaking.
What stops Falcons doing? Why not they first pick the Mars for ATF?
Yeah, there's a lot of options. So you've got the Chen, you've got the Enchao, the Sand King as well. Mars, probably one of the next heroes.
The other one that they have banned out almost every single time is the Monkey King.
Yeah, and this is the thing, like, you are first pick, you are forcing XG to at least give you something.
Pick your poison, or you leave both in, and you get the chance to pick up one of the 2 yourself. If that is a good trade, I'm not sure. We'll see where Xtreme Gaming goes with this one, as they are thinking about this. It will still be the Monkey King ban. So we're leaving that Mars in the pool for now.
So Mars is in the pool, Shaco can be in the pool.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, I would not be surprised if Falcons it's Amar's best hero. It's been one of the heroes of the tournament. You can slam in the Mars, but of course, this is game 5. There's a lot of mind games going on too. Like, the most obvious might not, be right there, because you have so much going on right now.
They might already one step ahead where it's like, you know what, we don't care, because if we pick X hero, they get Mars and they build a plan. Like, maybe they want to bait it. So many layers. It really just depends on what Aoi wants to do in this. ATF actually. Sorry, he's clicking the buttons.
Yep.
They're taking some time though. They are deciding.
This is the most time used in this entire finals in the pre-bans before the game starts.
Absolutely.
It is the most critical entry to the draft though. The wrong ban here, the wrong pick, it can set a domino effect to a very difficult game.
I'm of the opinion that if they want to first pick something else, like the Pango or the Beastmaster, Mars cannot be the hero that's given away. Like, it's got to be the Shaker you give away. If they ban the Shaker, then, as you guys mentioned, you have to take the Mars for yourself.
This is tense moments in the booth. Tense moments on the desk here too.
I have nothing to say. I'm waiting. I am hotly anticipating this. And they ban the Mars. Okay, there we go.
Mars ban.
And they take the Naga.
Is the Naga. We actually completely forgot about that, because it's been first phase banned every single game, and not just in the grand finals, but almost the entire tournament long. This is a very strong hero.
Greatly apologizing for forgetting about this hero, but in the hands of Snaking, in the hands of any player right now at the International, the map pressure that you have, the ability to reset any fight with the song, there is a reason this is one of the most contested heroes at TI, and there's probably not a good reason why we forgot about it, but it doesn't matter. They have access to the hero in game 5.
I'm only seeing 2 heroes on the screen, and I'm like feeling anxious, excited. I don't know, like, these are iconic TI heroes. You have the song to bail them out, you got the Echo Slam, you have XXS getting his hands on one of his best heroes, you have Snaking, he's won TI on this hero before, just a couple years ago. Like, he is no stranger to Naga support.
I don't even care about analysis anymore. I just want more team fight. I just want to find these 20-minute, 30-minute, 50-minute moments where both teams can throw absolutely everything and show their individual skill to try and win this game.
So far, all 4 games of this grand finals have leaned heavily one way or the other. Hopefully, game 5, we can wish for a very close, even team fighty back and forth.
I mean, it'd be the only way to end such a fabulous TI, right?
Would be.
A game 5,
so fitting.
tier 5 neutral item, refreshers and everything.
Well, the strongest supports of the tournament, I'd say, are out to the position forwards anyway, with the Snapfire and the Hoodwink removed.
It's still not really respecting the Elder Titan as of yet. XG will happily pick it up once more. With the Bane ban, double supports ban as well. Getting the Spirit inside the song to get the sleep.
And they could also, their Shadow Demon is open for them as well. If they want to play around Ame, that's one of the best heroes you can have to enable him.
Extreme game.
Yeah, I'm not fully sure where they want to take this here. For
Ooh!
the phase.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Hold on.
Okay, hold.
Come on.
Roll
Zoom
it.
in, please.
Roll it.
Don't skip.
Well, they already have a hook wing, by the way.
Doesn't matter. Lion! Come on!
He's lagging.
He's lagging. He doesn't have internet. No!
Oh.
Don't leave us hanging like that!
We will never know.
The biggest cliffhanger I've ever.
That's more important than Army winning TI at this point. Get this man some internet. Hotspot him.
It's all good. We're focusing our attention on the pick coming out from Xtreme Gaming. They have banned out the Amar Bristle. And it's up to them to see if they still see a good hero in the pool. Shadow Demon once again. Xingqiu played it phenomenally earlier today.
And it's just a comfortable hero, right? You always know that you're going to have the stacks up, but you have that save hero to play behind your hyper carry. If you're in a game 5, you want Ame to put this game on his back. You want to make sure that your heroes can enable him. The other day when he was playing anti-mage, you know what heroes were on his team? 1 save support plus a shaker, and they played out of their mind to keep him alive to eventually win the game.
Clutch potential is still rising. Every single pick, it has that ability to make a moment in these games.
I mean, something I still like here, like Naga against SD. SD's gonna want to stack the triangle. Snaking and Falcons overall, they love being able to like have the map play. You can block the engines, you can block the triangle with your illusions. Pangu here, honestly, quite the incredible hero. You're happy laning, you're good against the SD, it gives you a team fight. Very nice.
We saw it in game 3, right? Falcons picked the Pangolier to try and respond to the Shadow Demon. They also then banned out the Pangolier in game 4 because XG didn't want the Pangolier against their Shadow Demon, and here it's available, so it makes sense. The chaotic nature of the fight, you have that insurance of the Naga behind you if things are to go wrong for you, but you just want to get into the middle, provide that information. You have information from the Naga removal, you have information from the Pangolier Rolling Thunder. Falcons will be able to initiate.
The question is now, do you worry enough about the Pango where you want to counterpick him here with a Wyvern or something like that, or do you just go for something standard and go for something standard they do on Falcons with the Disruptor?
This is filthy, absolutely filthy, right? This game progresses, you know XG want to play it late. Now you're playing into the song setup, Blink Dagger, potentially for snaking, jumping into the middle of the fight. You find 2, 3, 4 heroes, Ag Static Storm on top, no one's pressing a single button.
I have a quick question. Normally, Naga Siren and Disruptor are played on snaking as position 5. What's the difference here? What do we think is going to happen? And should we keep on our radars that Skeeter actually does play Naga Siren?
Yes, but I would expect that, I mean, the thing with Disruptor and Naga, both, I mean, ideally Naga's 5, Disruptor's 4. I don't know if you guys agree.
I agree.
Most likely, yes.
But the fact is, at this point in the stage of the tournament, depending on the lane setup, depending on the vibes, you know, everything can change, but I expect Naga Disruptor to be the supports.
When I see Disruptor and he's being run as fort, it screams to me that you're going to bring heroes early to that enemy safe lane, kill him, and then try to glimpse him back, try to exploit what this hero can do from the 4 lane. Something that can come through the gate would be incredible. If the carry can join in as well, just give Skeeter a stun hero.
But it would be poetic, right? If for some reason Skinner wants to take it to carry, and you know, a hero that kind of made him, you know, introduced him to the pro scene back in the day. Put that aside, most likely supports.
I mean, you have XG who are looking at X-Nova's hero here, most likely.
Yep. The Bane has been first phase banned, so that's out. Can't repeat that support combo.
They can go back for their ET, or they can go the counter pick route of Grim or Wyvern.
Why not bring back the Mirana? Have the invisibility, ensure that you're not found by the Naga Siren at the start of the fight. So you have a bit more positioning and map play. You have SD Mirana to roam the map. It's a bit more aggressive. Utilize the Lotuses to find out these clutch moments. If you are stuck inside Static Storm, they can pretty much go anywhere, but...
Pugna.
Go for Pugna, okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Falcons like end up jamming, you know, one of their good old Skeeter heroes here. You can go for a Gyro again. I think you've played it before with your tempo. It's nice against the enemy heroes that you do end up seeing. I honestly just see nothing wrong.
But Pugna does add to the survivability that we keep mentioning, right? For the supports of XG, how they thrive, right? Now you have the Pugna and the SD together. You offer up a core, even if they're out of position or getting jumped, there's so much turnaround potential. So much survivability to just get through Falcon's jump.
I just love the concept of double save supports for Ame on this game 5. Like, just give him his perfect pick here. But also Pugna versus Pango. Beautiful dynamic. Pugna can protect himself from Pango rolling on the backline. If he decryptifies himself or the target that's getting rolled on, they take no damage.
Both of these lineups are so like beautiful in like on their own accord and what they can do, how they play around each other. Who are you making space for? Who's gonna like help you and abuse the fact that you can go in for me, I can go in for you? It's Skeeter Medusa too. It's not something that you see every day from him because usually he takes a little of the less hard carry approach, but he has also played this many, many times.
It's a Medusa that can tank an Echo Slam, walk into the Shadow Fiend, doesn't really care, right? You can now it enables the Disruptor, Pango, and Naga to choose when they want to fight. Of course, Medusa will need a couple items to be able to do that, but once you enter the mid to late game that we are expecting from both of these teams, Medusa will happily do it all.
Hear me out. This looks a little bit scary for Falcons just conceptually based on how they've been playing, right? They don't have that strong follow-up damage from position 4 that they always have to play with their mid laner. They're going to play a slower game because they have Medusa and Naga Siren, and their Pango isn't going to have the easiest time winning that mid game for them because of the double safe supports. So you're in this position where you want to take it late game versus Xtreme Gaming, who are one of the late game teams. Is this the correct choice in terms of strategy?
I'm not
we
sure.
Answer that in an hour's time, please.
I see a similar problem. You have Medusa, Disruptor, and Naga Siren, very traditionally low damage heroes, or Medusa who doesn't join. And Effie, you mentioned you have Pugna against Pango. You can decrep, you can live through this. And not just that, but you have set up Ame for an absolute last pick in this game for XG as well.
Both teams, their ability to progress the map is locked behind their cores joining. Like, Pugna wants to do it, but if he steps up, a Pango can roll in, a Disruptor can rotate and kill you off. So I think both teams have subscribed to, we're going to farm our way into the game. Probably maybe a low kill score, but then when it ramps up around 20 minutes or so, that's when the fighting will begin. It doesn't feel as snowbally as some of the other drafts that we've seen.
It's not at all.
No.
Earlier this year that we had a lot of Medusa on the off lane.
I would like to see it just in the carry role.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see what Falcons will go for in their last pick. They still have to keep in mind that Ame has not gotten his hero yet.
Yeah, it's kind of on Amar here, and you're thinking a lot of steps ahead. You're going to be discussing, okay, what is Ame very likely to pick? What can I take here? Potentially on Amar, all Marine that can dissuade this pick that we don't want them to have. Or if they do go for it, then at least they can't feel as good about it.
I think for Ame, just anything that goes in, just get in and fight. You have double safe supports. You have the Shadow Fiend who's going to provide a lot of range damage, and that's why they take out his Ursa and Anti-Mage, 2 of his go-in heroes. What does that leave for him? A Faceless Void, or does he want to switch to a completely different archetype and try to play a ranged carry versus Medusa? Personally, I would prefer if he just went in this game.
It also depends on the lane setup, right? If they see a weak off lane based on Pango going to mid and there's something exploitable, then that could potentially change. And they go for the Magnus themselves. XG could not win. Well, take the Aegis with the Magnus, and then Falcons take the Magnus themselves in game 5.
Nice. Nice on the Magnus too. I will
nice.
say this can be poetic either way. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
They are trying to cause mental damage right now on Falcons. They want to force a game 5 Magnus game.
A staple. Now, yesterday you guys said that Outworld staff, doesn't matter if a team gets Outworld staff as the neutrals because it's good anyway. Can be good anyway.
This is a crazy game. This is honestly just an absolute crazy. Like, Ame has had years to think about what he wants to slap Magnus with. He comes up with a jug. It has a good matchup into the Medusa. You can buy Manta, you can go Diffusal, you can play fast, you have your spin against the Disruptor, against the Naga Siren as well. I think that Dota is going to do all the talking in this game.
Exactly. I mean, he's found a carry that at least in the kind of skirmishing of the early to mid game, he's not going to get caught off by glimpse. He can, spin away from that. In the later portions of the game, depending on how it goes, he has swift flash and ways to kind of get around the fight. But a Juggernaut last pick, Falcons going for this epic team fight. Like, if this is a 50, 60-minute game, try fighting into Song, Static Storm, RPs, getting dragged into it as well.
So far, though, every time it has gone later, it meant that the early game was stable. I do need to know, how are these lanes going to play out? Are we going to have a stable early game?
It feels stable from both teams, right? Farm on both sides, and it really comes down to individual choices in the game, individual items and how they approach it.
My only concern right now is that Falcons have made a complete stylistic pivot from everything else we've seen them play. This is not the style of Dota that they haven't been playing throughout this entire TI, and they just want to out-execute in that late game. Whereas for XG, this looks like their drafts. This looks like their bread and butter, and Ame called for this last pick Juggernaut. It looks like a great Juggernaut game.
To me, this game is all about XXS on the Earthshaker, Amar on the Magnus, and Lotus Orbs, and the rest, it will happen on its own.
critically for Falcons though, Marine at least has a hero to play into the game. That's what we've been wanting to see him to play. When he's not on that, they struggle. But he can activate the rest of his team. Even though the style feels different, Marine, he's sticking true to his guns. When they win, he's on an aggressive hero. And Pangolier, he can do it all.
May the best team win.
May the best team win.
Yeah, Kesu, it sounds like both teams kind of got what they wanted from this draft of Game 5.
I absolutely think so. Like, this is what you wanted to boil down to in Game 5. You have a good draft, you have your comfort, you let the gameplay speak.
Oh, we're going to let the gameplay speak for sure. But first, we're going to let both of the coaches speak.
Absolutely, my friends. Community, we've been waiting a long time for a grand finals that went all the way. We're going to Game 5, baby. And I'll give you one little hint here. There is nothing left to ask. We have two of the best teams in the world. They're about to go head to head for everything. And we'll find out who is the best team here today. So there's one question that matters, my friends. Who will be the man? And who will be the maggot? Shake those hands, boys! Let's get into a Game 5!
Oh, I am fired up after that intro. I have to say, this stadium, Barclays Arena, you guys have been amazing. From the front stage all the way up to the top, from every corner of this goddamn building, there are Dota fans filling up this space and making some noise. And I just want one thing from all of you, all right? I want us to have some fun. And let's make some fucking noise! Game 5, Falcons versus Xtreme. Let's get it on!
A series goes the distance. Think about how many hours, how many thousands of scrims, tens of thousands of pubs, hundreds of thousands of moments thinking about what you would do if you were here in a Game 5 TI Grand Final, and you know these two teams have thought about it a lot. You do not want to leave this stage with regrets, not now, not when you have come this close to tasting immortality.
There is so much history behind TI, so much history behind these players. So many of them have been working for this exact moment. For years, they've been dreaming about this moment. And now it's all about to happen. And nothing will be clean. It is going to be a dirty game without a doubt.
Pure magic as the only term for it. Man, if you are a coach of one of these squads, I would not want to be backstage watching this unfold with no ability to control it.
Heart palpitations.
The draft is set. The players are just going to play out your picks. And I mean, my God, a last pick juggernaut for Ame. You have to remember, this Ame juggernaut was the only thing that took a game off of Team Spirit in their perfect EWC run.
That's true.
The only thing Yatoro could not defeat. Ame will go back to it here and face his demons in a Grand Finals Magnus. This is what he chose. This is what he has to live with and what he has to make work here.
I won't lie, I felt a pit in my stomach when I saw the Magnus come up for Falcons. I saw Ame facing a Magnus in a TI Grand Finals Game 5.
Not again, not again.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's break it down draft-wise, because the games have been incredibly one-sided. We've been here before. We've all been here. Well, maybe some of you haven't, but a long time ago, we had TI3, right? Goes to a Game 5, but those were some one-sided games to lead up to it. Drafting, there was a lot of back and forth all the way back then. There is now today in this series. Who do you think, in your opinion, who do you think walked away with the draft win?
This is honestly impossible to call. I cannot call it one way or the other. I give a very slight edge to Falcons because they got Naga Siren, and this hero has been a teamfight terror. But XG got some decent answers to it. They got the Shaker in response. It's a great matchup. You have long range disable. You have teamfight. They got the XM Shadow Fiend that was a monstrosity in that Game 3. They have their saving supports. They didn't want anything else. This is everything they want in a lineup. All the scaling that they will need. So much team fight. Just a matter of execution. Can you make these picks pay off? XXS looking for some pressure on Skeeter. Would love a first blood in this lane.
Yeah, gets another enchant totem. And with Xinkyu getting so many hits off, it's amping up the damage. Don't forget about that innate, the menace that he's able to apply. Skeeter loses a lot of mana for that and may lead to something in the future. But for now, no kills just yet. But the CS score is looking mighty fine for Xtreme right now.
And honestly, that has been part of the story of this series. It feels like who pulls ahead in the early game is who pulls ahead more in the mid game and who closes it out.
Do you think that this is supposed to happen? When it comes to the look, I mean, we've got the Shadow Fiend versus the Pango. I feel like that is just a write-up. Pango's gonna, or excuse me, the Shadow Fiend's gonna walk away with a victory on that.
Auto lane win there. I think this juggle free farm no matter what. You can't stop him with a Disruptor 4. This looks like a lane victory for XG. They put themselves in a solid early game position. And this is also not the fastest lineup we've seen out of Falcons, right? They went for Medusa, they went for Magnus. This is not a classic Skeeter hero for a reason. It doesn't make early rotations. It doesn't join the fight super early. It does give you more scale. Will that scale come back to haunt you, though, if it gets reflected off of some Shadow Demon illusions? You can turn this Dusa back against the team itself. There's a lot of small interactions like that in this game. And of course, you have Naga Disruptor. I mean, this is a combo. I don't know how many times I've heard AUI talk about his love for this combination. I played on a team where he played carry Naga to set this all up. He loves this little combo. I've been waiting to see it in this event with how popular the heroes have been. It will finally get busted out in this Game 5. Absolutely deadly in the late game. The sleep into the lockdown Static Storm. You have a disruption to soft bail you out of that situation, but there's a lot of team fight to back that combo up. There's a lot of burst damage.
In that case, do you favor Falcons going into that late game? If we get into that scenario where the teams have not been able to roll over each other with an early game advantage and we push it late?
I mean, honestly, I hate to say this, but it might come down to Omni Slashes. It's a gamble of a spell. I mean, you go in there, there's Lotus Orbs, there's Outworld Stabs. So much can go wrong, and yet so much can go right here. If you land the perfect ultimate, it can break that late game fight open.
Disruption setup, Fisher block off, a bit of damage. Snake King, though. Naga Siren, a very tanky support. And once again, Crit's going to make the early TP rotation for the punish on Xtreme Gaming. That should lock it down. XXS has nowhere to run to, and First Blood is claimed by Crit.
He makes the same rotation top he did in that other game. Turn that lane around for Skeeter, secure this safe lane farm. Do not let XXS get aggressive or have a free farm time up on this off lane for XG. He has been their biggest playmaker. He is their playmaker in this draft. If you shut the Shaker down, the game becomes a lot slower for Xtreme Gaming, and then you're relying on the lane win from this Shadow Fiend to power you through, which, by the way, he is winning the lane CS, but this Pango has been farming jungle incredibly efficiently. Maureen is getting through this matchup.
XXS, he knew there was going to be some sort of glimpse shenanigans here, and now with the Fisher, he's trying to save his support, pull back in. Once again, this Gorgon's Grass is turning out beautiful when he's got so much set up for it, both the pull-in of the Ensnare and the Glimpse.
You have to find a punish somewhere on the map. This is just a straight tri-lane now from Falcons, and guaranteed kills with the net plus the Glimpse.
You can't really punish the solo offlaner here. It's a double Bracer Magnus, and you've got Pugna Juggernaut. You're just not going to get a kill with that duo.
It's the downside. No disable on this Pugna to set up the spin kill. Means X-Nova's going to have to look
early Rolling Thunder goes after XM. Malrine gets stuck on the cliffs. Still able to find a second hit, but now it's underneath tower. And XM, he's trying to get off the Requiem. Unable to do so. Maybe he can threaten it now. Oh, man, he's get a big heal off the Magic Wand stack. Malrine's the one to die instead. The race to finish him off. And now the punishment comes in twofold. The Xinkyu managed to get a disruption on top of that for a second kill. XM taunting Malrine. He was already walking away with the lane win, but now he's got a massive lead. 57 CS, a kill to be a part of, 3,200.
The fifth, it might get the kill.
Ooh, it was close, but not quite good enough. A raindrop is what separates Snake King from life and death.
What a kill attempt from Malrine. He played that lane so well, salvaging it in the jungle, dodging the rough parts, went for the all-in play, but XM, he had Fairy Fire, he had wand charges, he's able to boost back up, turn that play around, and the support's there at the right time. That's a huge turnaround play for XG. When you pick XM, these lane dominators, you cannot let him fall. His Sniper and Shadow Fiend have been go-tos for Xtreme for a while, for a reason. They build a lead, they take the map over, they take that tier 1 mid incredibly fast. If you gank that hero once or twice and he falls, a lot of the momentum goes out the window. So keeping him alive is pivotal here for Xtreme Gaming. Also building up a lot of stacks for the Shaker. This is something Falcons are eyeing. They would love to get in there and either contest the experience or steal it away with this Pangolier.
But we talked about all tournament long how it feels impossible to do so. You get too close, you're getting echo slammed, you're too far away, you don't get all that experience and certainly none of the gold. Snake King, the best he can do for now is block extra stacks.
They do have a window. No Echo yet on XXS.
Miss Skewer. X-Nova, though, still taking so much damage. Thanks to the healing ward, he will stay alive. And Amar battling out with Ame, but I don't think he's expecting an extra hero here. Shinkyu can't get there in time for a disruption.
This will mean Maureen gets away with some highway robbery on these stacks. Again, no ult on XXS because his lane was so rough. He got tri-lane. Can't go here and threaten that Echo. 8-minute power rune, spawns top. Invis will go to the Pangolier here. No luck for XM on that one.
An Invis rune pickup from Maureen. We'll see what he does with that. I mean, it's actually a decent rune pickup if you're going to be invading Xtreme Gaming side of the map constantly, as they're trying to push XM along. Still has a decent net worth lead. He's already kind of rolling.
XG, they missed the D-ward with this sentry in the river, so Maury knows what's going on here. They're just baiting this SF out. I mean, they do not want to let XM fall in this early game. You can see the prioritization from the supports. At the same time, they're not kicking people out of this lane, and they're not hitting that tower, which is the progression we saw with the SF when they played it earlier.
Right.
That game spiraled really fast. This is getting stalled out a bit. This is buying time for the two side laners of Falcons to scale up here.
And
More
Amar,
stack contesting.
He's feeling like on his Magnus game that the game is going to be slow enough that he can go for that Helmet Dominator. He's not going to be rushing the Blink Dagger, which, considering the lack of pressure so far from the Shadow Fiend, I'm inclined to agree with him.
This is the normal progression you want right here. This is going to help you scale
Early
Omni.
Omni Slash, and Amar, he levels up the RP, but he will not be able to outlast the Omni Slash.
What a find from Ame. The timing on that is tight with the next wave coming in. You really have to get it on point. He had the exact damage. I think that was literally the last slash of that ultimate.
I mean, Ame asked for the Juggernaut. You better be perfect with these Omni Slashes because this hero is so hard to work otherwise. Omni Slash is just such a fickle spell in that regard.
But he is a Juggernaut master, right? This is his hero. He asked for it in this moment. You have to deliver. Meanwhile, stacks have been being built up for Falcons, and at the same time, the Naga Siren is denying the stacks over on the Xtreme Triangle. Snaking has been a menace with the blockage.
Yeah, 9-4. Xtreme doing a lot more of the stacking, but considering the fact that Maureen hijacked probably 3 or 4 of those.
They did not get them all.
Yeah, feels about even.
Still is XM picking up the farm rate here. You did not get that early kill on the Shadow Fiend, so he's going to continue to power up. You just have to trade it out with some Empower efficiency of your own. Diffusal done for Maureen. Haste Rune in his bottle. Could be a nice little point to look for something if you're Falcons. He's really strong around the map right now. Not a lot of ability to control this Pango either in the fight. That's the one downside for this lineup against the Pangolier compared to some of the ones we saw earlier with that Bane being banned out first. You don't have a VKB Piercing disabled to control Rolling Thunder in this game.
Timing of this is going to be pretty tight because Xtreme are also almost online. XXS just needs another 200 gold and he will have a Blink Dagger. So if they make the play right now, which they are, 2-man smoke, Crit and Maureen.
They want Ame. If he gets spin off, this might not work, but you have RP.
RP straight to the Stack Storm. He gets off the spin initially. They're still going to go for the kill. The teleports are coming in. He may need a disruption to bail him out here. He got off that disruption right before the Static Storm finishes him with the silence, but it's not enough. Too much with the Rolling Thunder on top of everything. Falcons, they just bring too many heroes to this, and Xtreme, desperate to bail out their carry, just give more to Falcons.
Such a nice timing to hit with this Pangolier. You even get to hold the Haste Rune. And you always have this RP threat on the Jug. You can't just spin TP out. You didn't have Healing Ward available. Didn't have Omni Slash available for 5 seconds. No turnaround potential. They will take this Juggernaut down. An important kill in this laning phase. That Shadow Fiend is still powering up, but if you can disable the rest of the team, it's going to be a lot of weight on XM's shoulders in this game to carry it alone.
Skeeter's been having a peaceful game. Any pressure that he got was matched by Falcons rotating supports up here. And while he's not quite up there with the Shadow Fiend, he's gotten a lot of farm off lane. He's been a part of a couple of kills. And if he wanted to, he could keep this tower alive.
It's tough against the Pugno. 3 points in the blast. X-Nova will eventually get it here.
That's true.
And you inevitably will open up the map if you're XG. In theory, this is good space for the Jug to use later when you can, aggressively split push with the spin TP out threat. But again, you have Stone Gaze, you have RP in this game.
Yeah.
That is not guaranteed, especially when this Blink eventually comes out for Amar. You're going to be worried pushing these lanes super deep as Ame might have to play this game a little safer than you would normally want. can still scale up really well, but he has to get that Battle Fury online and start putting it to use.
Maureen.
Look at another power rune and a great one. Amp damage for this Pangolier.
Yeah, it feels like he's just getting everything he needs right now.
I'd be really surprised if Falcons don't try and start something around this mid lane with this rune.
Sweeping through the jungle, they are going to be spotted by this ward. Shin-Q just sitting behind this tree, seeing if anybody on Falcons oversteps themselves.
Those have Demonic Purge for the power runes. Maybe that dissuades you a little bit, especially if you don't catch the Shadow Demon at the start of the fight. It's kind of the dream catch every time. Take the save out of the equation, take the Demonic Purge out of the equation, no reflection on the Medusa later on.
Yeah, man, you can't afford to let Amar do this to you. He's taking too much. Falcons are still playing the top side of the map as well, but they're going to sandwich him.
They
punish.
Kick him out.
Didn't want to go for the Medusa, but they'll catch Amar on the other side, go through the gate, hit him with the Blink Dagger. And without a skewer, there's nowhere really to run. They try the Static Storm to give him some time here, but another 5 seconds till a skewer, and he's just completely surrounded.
Kill to Ame. Boost that Juggernaut up. It's going to finish his Battle Fury right on time. Nice little kill to snag. I almost wonder if he could have TP'd out under that Static Storm. It would have been tempting. Still have a free farm Medusa in this game. This Medusa Juggernaut matchup it's a really tough one to measure. In theory, it's good for Jug because he has a little bit of sustain. He can build the mana burn items if he really wants to, Disperser later on. He has a great tool against you in the Omni Slash to kind of bypass the Stone Gaze, but it can also just go horribly wrong if Dusa hits her timings, gets a fast butterfly, is taking Roshan's against you, and is just barreling down lanes.
Yeah, she's such a damage soak that a lot of times these Omni Slashes are going to feel ineffective if Medusa's in the middle of them.
Looking at Amar again, but without the Shaker, you don't have the damage and control to bring this guy down. 2,000 HP with those bracers long shreds.
Yeah, he dies once, he just runs it back down the lane. Says, go ahead, give it a try if you want.
Yeah, he's just running at him.
And Xnova's trying to run away, but Crit, he'll catch up with a glimpse here. Xnova doing what he can, but of course, too many disables, not going to be able to teleport away. A 5th kill for Falcons, but on the other side, a much bigger one. Skeeter, hit by the disruption. He got up the Stone Gates, they're going to turn themselves away. The Croakers stall him up a little bit, but he's already out. Xtreme really didn't commit too much for that. They could have tried to go for the Requiem, but
it's hard to get that angle. Once that SF is already on top of when you disrupt, it's difficult to walk in there and get that Requiem, believe you have the DPS to bring him down. He had full wand double Lotus.
Yeah, that is pretty tough to get through.
A tanky hero at this point in the
game.
So
why not make the same play as last time? A little bit of feint up to the top lane and then back through the gate. Sandwich Falcons again on this play. If you want to keep playing aggressive down here, we'll keep picking off the heroes. This time they only get the support. Maureen
bait an illusion, but
he does not have a TP scroll, but he does have Rolling Thunder.
They're going to see he does not have TP.
Can they get in front of him anyway? Nah, he's too fast.
And they TP'd XXS down here as well, maybe feeling like he was backed into a corner, but the catch will not be there in time, and this is going to give up a lot of map control. Mid wave pushing in, top wave pushing in. Medusa illusions, adding fuel to the fire here with some Dark Troll Summoner creeps.
Tower denied by Maureen. A game of such close margins.
Look at this smoke. Without the initiator, though, this could be awkward.
Oh, it's going to be very awkward. Spotted by a Helmadom creep. They'll get the 100 gold for it, maybe take some neutrals, but it's not the smoke that they wanted, especially with all this damage on this top tower.
If you're XG, you also don't want this game to turn into some sort of, Naga ratting the lanes fest where you can't catch anything and you have very little information. This hero can make the map miserable to play. There's a rune denied.
Nice deny from Snake King.
But I like that dead even in this game 5. This was not a game that was just auto one off the lanes, and I don't think it's a game that's auto one off the draft.
I do feel like Xtreme Gaming are going to reach this point soon where they're going to have to pick up the pace once they get this Blink Dagger on XM. I don't know if he could play the same game last time where he just farms up to a BKB and then to an Aghanim Scepter. I am very, very leery. The potential of the illusion push from the Naga Siren and the Medusa, that sounds... I don't want to get into that world. I don't want to be chasing around these illusions all over the map.
If you believe in the Juggernaut Shadow Fiend scale, Shadow Demon can turn it around against them, right? You can be disrupting these illusions around the map, pushing the lanes back in. It's a great support and farming off the back of that. But I agree with you. Like, this is a game you want to get something done with your timings, particularly these Blink Daggers on the core heroes. Start hunting. looking aggressive for the team fights, looking for Maureen, looking for the Magnus. If you can find those two, or at least one of them at the start of the fight, it can be very good for you. And you can bring Ame in there, and he should be able to contribute more than
this information, instant Echo Slam! Baited out X-Nova! The punish, the Fisher, it doesn't stop the skewer away, and a song to reset things. Falcons are not in a position to keep it going, though. They will simply teleport out.
Smart
it was
song.
a great reaction there from Xtreme, but that is the problem with the Naga Siren.
Can always bail you out of a rough situation. You have BKBs later on, you can power through that, but for right now, it'll get Amar home. Super quick jump from XXS. They were absolutely ready for that play. Still, Amar gets out. Like, this tanky build for the mag. Proven problematic, and you throw some disruption spells behind him, some sustain later on. This Naga's gonna build some utility.
Quick Static Storm, X-Nova.
And they're just running a pack. Quick Pugna kill, run the same heroes into the mid lane, grab the Shaker this time.
Pull him back in with the RP and the Rolling Thunder to ensure that if Xtreme were to respond, it's a hard fight to take. XXS is tanky, but not that tanky, and XM tries to come in with a Requiem. He's doing this solo. Wait, no, Ame comes in for the side with an Omni Slash.
It's a great one.
Maureen, he gets a lot of damage on him, but it's not enough. One more hit, and that's the ring. It keeps Maureen alive.
And I'll pause as Ame's kill attempt falls short. One hit. He didn't want to spin for it, as you might sacrifice your ability to get back out.
XM finally went for that Requiem. Unfortunately for him, Crit was ready. He hits him with the glimpse. So after the Requiem, there wasn't any follow-up raises, which Ame certainly needed with Maureen so close to death.
That's the kind of team fight we expected from XG at this point in the game. I mean, you can imagine they win that if all three cores are punching together at some point in that sequence. Unfortunately, you lose your Shaker at the start. Your SF goes in, he gets glimpsed out. You go in with the Omni, he needs a little bit more follow-up damage. This lineup has to play together to achieve those kills, and right now Falcons just splitting them up.
Yep, Falcons doing a better job of playing the group up game. And that is largely because they do have this split push in the first place, right? They do have the Helmet Dawn pushing out these side lanes. They do have the Manta Illusions running down lanes. They can play grouped up because the side lanes are already pushed in.
There's a lot of lane shove in this lineup. Naga Siren, Medusa, Pangolier just ghost shoves it with the Swashbuckle. You have Empower, you have the Dom. It's going to be a lot of map pressure for this lineup to deal with. And if your Jug is afraid to show on lanes and get it back out because there is BKB piercing spells in this game, then you're really going to struggle. It's going to fall to Shaker to show a lot more, and he's your playmaker you want off the map, and it's really going to fall on Jin Q to deal with the lane pressure by returning the illusions into Falcons. Looking for the glimpse, force the spin. I don't think Amar's in range here to try and turn it around, so no damage, no foul after that pause.
Yeah, but the spin on cooldown as well as the Omni Slash, Maureen feels very confident he can take this mid-tier 1 tower. The first significant blow of the game goes the way of Falcons. They now have a 3,000 net worth lead.
And they are racing towards this Medusa Butterfly. That's the scary part here for Xtreme Gaming. This timing for Skeeter is going to be really strong. Their heroes do not deal with it well unless you can just isolate this Naga. And you can't do that until you have BKBs because Song can always bail him out, and then Falcons will reset with Static Storm, Stone Gaze.
The game of initiations is going to be so crazy to watch because Xtreme Gaming, they already had the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker. We saw the effectiveness of that when Amar tries to make his jump. But then you're also going to have a Blink Dagger very soon on Shin Q, and that's going to be a big pickup.
Oh, look at them eyeing Amar down here. He blinked into XM.
And he sure did. He brought XM with him when he tries to skewer away. One raise, where's the stuns? They've got none. They only have damage, and it's not quick enough.
He blinked into that skewer. He's like, take me with you. I'll try and bring you down. Sick attempt to find the Magnus, but again, the tankiness of this build pays off. Amar's able to play very aggressively and get out. This is
20 minutes.
Tormentor.
Yeah, Falcons, they see all these heroes from Xtreme on the other side of the map. They know this Tormentor, it's all theirs. And so the Shard, that'll go to Snake King. It's a nice really nice upgrade.
He's so rich now. He's only going to get wealthier.
Song of the Siren giving max HP regen per second, so when he gets the save off. But then there's something even more special. Max mana regen as well. That's even more effective with this Medusa.
It's great for all their cores. Beautiful Shard to get this early in the game, too. Means you could just finish up that Solar Crest, go into other utility. They already have a drum on crit. Early utility online for Falcons. Butterfly done for Skeeter. This lineup is hitting a power point.
Once again, XXS baiting out X-Nova, who's going to try and play for the Wisdom Shrine. No overextension, though, from Falcons. Not yet. The Omni-Slash is laying down.
Omni's hit.
It's sticking on to Maureen. No, it's sticking on to Skeeter. He gets a lot of damage done. The Stone Gaze goes out. The Rolling Thunder has used so many ultimates. Popped by Falcons. They do not get control of the Wisdom Shrine. That goes to Xtreme. Xtreme not able to chase and punish. But I think they're happy just to be able to get something out of Falcons without losing anything in return.
Honestly, this Omni-Slash has been doing a lot of damage to these Falcons heroes. You get BKBs on these other cores, you commit in with that single punch, you know, Echo Slam, Requiem on top, Omni-Slash on top of all that. Some of these heroes are going to explode. Even if the song is over top, the burst damage is insane. This is what XG are gearing up for right now. They will have to hit their stride in the next 10 minutes here before this Dusa becomes impenetrable. And that is Snaking's job. Slow this game down. Buy time for the Medusa to get to this Scotty where she becomes an absolute beast in this game. And then look towards that Roshan.
With the butterfly advantage, it feels tough. The Scotty, that'll be something different for Ame to have to contend with. He's trying to work on a butterfly of his own. There's that Blink Dagger for Shin Q. Good pickup. And double BKBs will be coming in soon for both XM and XXS.
I do not envy Jin Q's position in this game, though. To decide between an offensive disruption and a defensive one, which one do you need more? It's very tempting to go for that offensive disruption on the Dusa and turn those illusions against Falcons. At the same time, you use it offensively and you don't have it to bail out one of your cores that gets RP'd or Static Storm, you're going to really regret it.
That's true. And maybe that's where X-Nova is going to have to step up because he also has a save available. Maybe it's not as effective, this Decrepify, depending on what sort of damage is being thrown around. But, I mean, Falcons, it's a lot of physical damage, to be honest. Anytime you have a Pango, that's just going to be core that's all physical damage. So,
I mean, Pugna's always annoying on that backline. It's just the displacement from the Magnus can be his problem. You pull this hero away from XG's formation. Very hard for Pugna to turn that sort of fight around.
And once again, Falcons having the advantage. Push the tempo of the game. They're going to take this Roshan. And Xtreme not really in position to contest. They're going to play for farm, play for that double BKB timing that we were talking about.
Believe in Ame, believe in the Juggernaut. That's all you can really do right now because Skeeter is untouchable with this Aegis. And that'll finish up the BKB for Amar as well. He feels untouchable at this point. You'd have to land a massive synchronization of these ultimates to bring these heroes down and win the fight overall.
The Naga Siren with a Blink Dagger. Snaking's going to be playing way off in the back to try and come in with those song saves. But the BKBs can't allow them, if Xtreme get that advantage, to just push through the song, get these kills anyway.
Such a terrifying hero to play against. Even if you get the perfect team fight, this Naga can put you all to sleep and reset the entire situation. See how much Skeeter can get done with this Aegis. He's got a long time on the clock. Definitely enough to get to his Scotty. Probably enough time to take down 2 tier 2s if you really want to force that mid one. I doubt these are towers XG wants to fight. The positioning's just not that easy. There's going to be Naga illusions in your face. And it's all about the Juggernaut's timings. Ame, he wants his butterfly before he has to be pulled into a fight for his life here.
Yeah.
You need the damage upgrades on this hero.
Very efficient from Falcons. They take that bottom lane. The Helmet Dom creep was pushing in mid, so they didn't even risk any heroes. Falcons staying grouped up together. Now the Medusa is going to hit that mid tier 2, and it's going to disguise a smoke push in from Falcons. 3-man smoke into the triangle, not finding anything just yet. Xtreme, they've called their forces back to base for now.
Oh, but they did not recall Ame. He is so close to being in range for that RP.
He backs away just at the right time.
I mean, you've got to remember, he doesn't have BKB. If you RP skewer him into Static Storm, that's it for him. He's gone.
Kind of poke at Skeeter here. Of course, with the Aegis, it's a Medusa. It'll take forever to kill her the once. There's no way that Xtreme are going to go on this, and Falcons know it.
At the same time, they're smoking out. Since they're not afraid to take some sort of engagement or at least look for a pickoff while this Aegis is online.
There is a lot of information from Falcons with these deep lane wards once again.
These are some nasty obs in this jungle, not being killed right now.
XXS, he'll try and cut that mid wave. Thanks to his shard, it's made a little bit easier.
Falcons instantly running back to this part of the map.
Oh yeah, they've got so much vision here. Double wards in this jungle area.
Could be a disaster.
And they got the glimpse back. The disruption goes out. And on the return, X-Nova. He's fine. Amar, he thought about stretching out for that skewer attempt, but...
I mean, you got to know there's vision here now. You either find it or you vacate the area. XG getting corralled early in this game. I mean, the net worths don't look too bad, but They're losing a lot of space, a lot of ground right now. Jin-Q going for the offensive disruption. Little harass the Skeeter here.
Yep, with the illusions combined with a couple of stuns, Medusa does take a lot of damage, but...
That's a lot of damage, actually, yeah. Those things hurt.
They do.
Downside of the butterfly, right? Goes both ways. There's the Scotty, however, 2,000 mana pool.
It'll be the downside of the Scotty as well.
Oh, they found the mag.
The initiation on the Magnus. A massive pickup, but he's still got the RP, the song. Still, the RP has to be used defensively alongside the song. They just got to run. Echo Slam got used, but XM does not get off the Requiem.
How did he not get that off? You have to be instant on these jumps. The cores have to go together. One jump is never going to be enough in this game. It has to be 2, maybe 3. A big missed opportunity for XG. Does get to the butterfly on Ame. You can still look for something with this Omni Slash, but there's still the dire vision in your jungle. You never got rid of it.
And your own vision is going to be in danger because the early gen pickup from Falcons. They're going to push into this side of the map again. Once again, looking for a glimpse play. They know XM doesn't have his BKB. He just has to Requiem. Hope that the fear pushed them far enough back, but the Magnus is going to chase after a snake. He got him with the ensnare. Wait, a Fissure, they're so clumped up. A Fissure hits on 4. If only there was some damage behind it. Boname, he wasn't there yet. He's trying to get there somehow, wrapping through these trees areas, but he's just not going to be able to get there to punish anything. It's going to be instead Jin-Q to die. Both supports fall, and they take that high ground ward away from Xtreme.
What you wouldn't have done to have Echo Slam available on that 4-man clump. Of course, Falcon's going in there knowing it's on cooldown.
I mean, even just an Omni Slash probably would have won them the fight. But Ame, understandably, he has to work towards his MKB. As soon as he gets the MKB, he can take that man fight against the Medusa, perhaps. But until then, it's so difficult.
He believes in his scale here. He believes in the matchup.
Once again, XM spotted. Another ward, another deep ward that spots him on his way up here. And now Skeeter's on the other side, trying to get in front of him. He's going to go for the TP away. And Skeeter, he does... No, wait, the glimpse back. He gets a BKB.
That is very close.
It was so close. Just ran out towards the end of it.
Wearing through this Aegis. It is now expired for Skeeter. Playing field is even once again as some Blink Daggers coming out for a lot of these heroes. And the more important one, Ame, opting for Blink Dagger before he heads into that MKB.
I think he saw that opportunity from that Fissure and
100%.
was just like, oh, if I had a Blink Dagger there, what a world of difference it could have been. Another opportunity like that shows up, I will be prepared.
It makes sense with this lineup. Again, you have to jump together. Ame needs to be able to get in there when the opportunity presents itself. You may never get another one. And you have to get in there quick because that song is going to come out and reset the fight no matter what opening XXS finds. It's absolutely the right call. Just a matter of can you find that window. MKB also being built up from Skeeter. Just a true mirror match between these two carries as the Jug attempts to close the gap.
Ame's been sitting on a ward for a while. Now Xnova realizes, uh-oh. He started going through the gate. Falcons thought better of it, though.
The Falcons' wards have been on point, though. Another obs down here doing some work.
He keeps getting closer and closer to the gate. Ooh. And finally, Falcons, they just pull the trigger on it. Like, well, okay, we can catch him, but no. Hides away in the trees. Skeeter, who went first, did not get him with the Gorgon's grasp.
Space created right there.
Oh, absolutely. Any bit of space for Xtreme is worth its weight in gold right now. As Aghanim Scepter is almost done for XM, alongside that level 20. It's a big power spike to have.
So much execution necessary here for XG to win a fight, though.
Yeah, and they're going to need every bit of that because it feels like they're going to have to contest Roshan.
This is a scary Aegis to go away. Your high ground defense is not great other than disruption. You're likely getting skewered off it. 2 lives on Skeeter. That's just too much mana, too much HP to get through. Especially with Horn Toss available for Amar. And that win probability has swung considerably here.
Oh, man.
XG, they have their work cut out for them. There are pathways to victory in these fights. It is a very thin margin.
Yes, this is not quite like Game 4. It felt pretty much undefendable for Xtreme Gaming. This situation, you can definitely see they have the scale, they have ways to be able to make big team fight plays, but it is without a doubt in Falcons' advantage. It probably will be for some time.
So much can go wrong, right? Like you go in with that Omni, it bounces to a random Naga illusion and dies. There goes a lot of your damage.
Yeah.
You get songed on the jump in because someone doesn't BKB, that team fight can be over. You get stuck in the stone gaze while you're trying to Requiem, XM can just be a sitting duck. All these little interactions can just absolutely ruin what you're trying to do right here with the burst jump. And Falcons know it. They're going to send illusions out. They're going to play for the vision. They're not going to try and give you an easy opening. And if Amar sees a jump, he will take it.
And grind it out. Another Tormentor. Another Shard for them. Roshan's going to be, spawn point's going to be soon. Somewhere in this next 3 minutes. Xtreme Gaming, get the map control while you can.
Mars rewarded. Extra skewer range, really nice here with this Horn Toss buildup.
Yeah, you move these heroes far enough away, it may not matter what kind of team fight Xtreme Gaming is able to put together. They just can't reach the hero that is pulled apart.
To me, it's on Ame and this MKB. Can he land a good Omni Slash in that fight? Can he output the DPS? He gets here, he has a chance to bring this Medusa down. He has a decent shot to bring the Pangolier down, even in a Rolling Thunder. Malreen's very susceptible to just getting burst down by this Juggernaut. Doesn't have a defensive item. No Ghost Scepter online yet. Buys it out, flying it now. That's going to be a huge pickup for him.
Yeah, we've seen part of the problem with this matchup for Pango in this tournament. He Rolling Thunders in. There's really not much he can do if he gets Omni Slash. He just has to steer his way into neutrals or his own team and hope that the Omni Slash bounces off of him. But if he is isolated, it's just 100-0.
Falcons are building up the cheap answers right now. Double Ghost Scepter across their two cores as the MKB arrives. The Mag and the Pango.
Goes fishing, finds a Horn Toss. Disruption, but only halfway through. And Malreen's going to ensure the kill, at least trying to with the Rolling Thunder. Xtreme protects himself. There's an Omni Slash. He may make it to his team. Malreen is still alive. No, he goes down. And Shin-Q finishes him off with the Demonic Purge.
Is this the opening? XG, can you find more right here?
Oh, they could just catch Skeeter, but the Fisher was just a little bit off the mark. Now he's teleporting away. The Croaker stopped.
The disruption.
It's not disruption. Oh, he was halfway through that animation.
Shin-Q, you were on the precipice of finding the biggest opening in this game yet, and he was mid-animation. You cannot get any closer than that.
Robbed what could have been an opportunity for Xtreme to take the Roshan, but instead, Falcons will have their heroes up to contest.
Still very clutch disruption. They got confused as to where that target was going to come out. That Omni was dicing up the Pangolier. Did not get the Ghost Scepter off. A lucky bounce kind of bailed him out, but he ended up dying anyway. They do get a gem out of that fight. Big gain for Xtreme Gaming in terms of that vision advantage. And a misstep there for Falcons. I mean, they were thinking they were getting a free 5. Yeah, out with Blink Aether Lens on this Shadow Demon. The turnaround potential is immense. Still, Falcons, they feel strong. They're going to push into this area. Even without the Pangolier, they know some of the ults are on cooldown. And Xtreme Gaming, they are very dependent on some of these ults, particularly that Omni Slash.
Yeah, Xtreme need another 45 seconds for that Omni Slash. And Roshan, they're going to leave a Medusa illusion inside the pit. We'll see it as soon as it spawns.
I cannot believe they're pushing up like this without Ame. I don't think you have the damage to take down the front line without him.
The Roshan roars, and that's the call to action for Xtreme. They bring their 4-man. But what about Ame? He's trying to make his way over here. They don't know how quick they switch on the disruption out. And on the side, there goes that Requiem. Blowing up Malreen. Skewered back onto the Shadow Demon. He got off the Demonic Purge. That is excellent. And Decrepify goes down as well. They have to Static Storm this Shadow Demon just to get the kill on him.
This fight is open right now.
It is. Ame wasn't even a part of that one. And now he's got his Omni Slash. Xtreme Gaming, there is an opening here.
They do not want to press it.
Can they force the fight? Can they take the Roshan, or are they just going to sit back and play for more time?
It was such a clutch find from XXS. He saw that Pango for a brief second try and go up to that hill. That ward did so much work and just instant jump. Could see the difference now between here and that fight earlier. You get the stun on the Pango, XM, you better instantly get in there. You have about 2 seconds to make your play or it's gone.
Skater is still playing inside this pit. Another roar goes out. Xtreme Gaming well aware of what's happening here. Stalling and stalling.
Ame is just farming. He's doing Ancients right now.
Yeah, he's almost to a Swiftling.
It's like calling their bluff. It's like, you're not going to do Roche.
And you would be right about that with Roshan now swapping over to the other side of the map. Just another minute of farm time for Ame.
He made the most of it. Omni Slash back up, almost level 25. Do you smoke and try and contest this? Yes. XG will not give up this Aegis for free. A tough angle to contest. Dire Ward scouting the entry to their triangle, but does not see them deeper in.
There's so much vision. Amar, they blink backwards on XXS.
There were creeps scouting.
Deal with the Watcher. Roshan's already dead. The smoke on Falcons. Now on the offensive, looking for the glimpse pickoff. Found it on X-Nova. Pull them back inside the Static Storm. These supports are worth the ultimates. The saves are too annoying for Falcons. They let the Medusa lead the charge. They don't have to risk anything else. The Swift Blink, it's done for Ame, and he's pushing to level 25 soon. Can this Juggernaut, can Ame carry this for Xtreme? They have put everything in this Juggernaut basket.
I don't think there has ever been a more important Omni Slash in the history of this game right now. And if this is the spell you have to rely on, the tension in that booth must be at an all-time high.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how good you are with the spells. Sometimes
it just doesn't go your way.
It just doesn't go your way. Luck can play against you.
You leave it up to fate. Can you find that opening? Refresher arrives for XM. You'll have double Requiem to play with. Might buy you a lot more time in the fight, a lot more control too if you can land the double fears on some of these core heroes before the Stone Gaze comes out. Maybe make a zone of control so this Magnus can't get in there. All of that goes out the window, of course, if Amar just finds the jump with the Horn Toss Skewer. But Jinkyu, he's been ready for those plays. Disruptions have been pretty on point.
Yep.
It is also something Falcons can play for, right? I go in with the Horn Toss. I know the Shadow Demon's going to show. Someone else get that Shadow Demon when he goes for the save. It can be a two-sided play.
Knowing how important this Omni Slash is, and the counter is right there. Everybody knows it. Lotus Orb. Look at Crit's gold. You make the call. What would you do? Would you get the Static Storm or would you go for the Lotus Orb? They have Song into Static Storm, Ag Static Storm. It feels like a guaranteed team fight win, but at the same time, Lotus Orb is the ultimate defense against Ame right now.
I would go Ags just because it's so guaranteed with the Naga. But Crit, he always plays for the team. He always makes the right play. I think he's going to go the Lotus here. He's going to try and reflect that Omni.
No, he's bought out the Ags. He's already bought 3 of the components. 500 more gold until he's got an Ags. Somebody funnel him some gold. Amar fishing, got the Horn Toss, and Fisher's not going to stop the Skewer. Back into the Static Storm it goes. Once again, the support is picked off. There is still this annoying Shadow Demon with the disruptions, but it's on cooldown for a bit. Skeeter will take that chance to hit a tier 3 and take down the tier 3 in quick succession. There's that Axe. Flying out for Crit. If they get the right, no! It's gonna be Xtreme jumping first! They go all in for the Magnus, and they've got him!
Look at Skeeter, he got feared into the base.
He did, he got pushed in deep. Falcons get a bit separated, but Xtreme, once again, they're playing it slow. They hit the Fisher now, the follow-up. Ame, he's making the call to jump in. Takes a lot of damage. Oh no, they're both done! Omni Slash, no! Ame! What about the Omni Slash?
Didn't get it off in time, underestimated the burst damage, was trying to hold it for the second life and paid a massive price. No buyback available for this Juggernaut right now. He is 600 short.
The team gave them an opening. They got the pickoff.
He got too greedy with it.
And now the team has to hold for him. Can they weather through Skater? A minute and a half left on the Aegis. They're trying to chip away at it, see if they can take it for free.
It's like you have to wait for the Juggernaut here. I mean, you go in and Requiem this Medusa, it's just not doing enough right now. You have good stall mechanics at least. This is not going to be the fastest push. But this will be a lane.
And there are no tier 2s left. Falcons won. They can keep this going. 40 more seconds till Ame's back up. 1 minute on the Aegis. Falcons have made the call. They're going to go another. Or maybe not.
You might not get another chance like that in this game, especially with that Ag Static Storm online. RP available, all the ults up for Falcons in 2 seconds, and you still have Aegis for 30. Do XG even have any smokes left? They pop so many.
Inside of the base, Amar, a Horn Toss. Oh, if he could find XXS, that would be a beauty.
He wants to return the favor.
Maybe it's X-Nova once again, the Pugna. Toss back to the team. There's nothing Xtreme can do about this. It's just time and time again, Horn Toss into out. And they have to play 4 versus 5. Ame's finally back up. The tier 3 is almost dead though. Skeeter keeping up the pressure. 14 seconds till the Aegis will despawn. They'll back away, let the regen kick in. And a smoke up from Xtreme. hoping that Falcons would continue to take the fight as the Aegis expires, but they'll make no mistakes here. It's time, Avery. Snaking has Song of the Siren back up. He's got a Blink Dagger.
I mean, this could just be it. You find a great clump here. You drop that Static Storm. This game is just over.
This could be the killing blow. Xtreme Gaming, you have to play with speed here. They have to make the initiation. They have to be so fast that they beat out Snake King's Song.
They used their last smoke as well. It's about to expire. The vision is not on your side. The buybacks are not on your side. You're missing the two big ones here.
The creeps are pushing in. The illusions are pushing in. The Naga Siren, the Medusa, it's all over the place. Falcons will give them a moment of reprieve. 2 minutes until another Roshan. They've got such an advantage. There's no need to rush things with these high ground pushes. They are dangerous.
Let the Naga illusions do the work. Let your high ground wards do the work. You have so much vision control right now. Why take a bad fight when you can take a great one? Skeeter is capped, man. He is 6 slotted. He can eat an Ags, buy something else, but...
Yeah, they already have all their shards. There's nobody to get it from this Tormentor.
Nothing left to get here.
You have almost every advantage you could ask for Falcons. They have Ags on almost every single hero. They have a shard on every single hero. Xtreme Gaming holding on. They've got a couple ultimates. We've got the Refresher on XM. We've got the level 25 on the Juggernaut. Opts for the lifesteal.
He needs BKB though. He cannot enter the fight unless he's just instant Omni into spin versus the Static Storm, versus these RPs, versus the Rolling Thunder into the Medusa damage like we saw earlier. He buys out. I think this is the correct call, but no buyback available for Ame. It will not be available in this next fight.
No room for mistakes here. But it might not even be a mistake. What if Snake King just songs into the base and they're able to just Static Storm it? Like, what is he gonna do? He's just dead.
You get disrupted and hope you can survive. That is it.
Xtreme Gaming are gonna have to be so disciplined on their spacing here. Even deep inside their own base. All the way back behind tier 4s.
Yeah, they just don't know where the jump is coming. They have no vision right now. Falcons, they're probably just waiting for next Roche. But you don't know that if you're XG right now.
The illusions are just non-stop 6%. Xtreme are backed into a corner. Will they contest for the Roshan? Can they contest for the Roshan? Is Falcons even give them that opportunity? Or they just make Roshan roar and then smoke into you?
Yeah, there's no way they just sit in the pit. I mean, maybe you sit Skeeter in there, but it's not going to be a clump fight that you can take advantage of. There's always going to be Naga illusions on you. You're running out of smokes in this game as well. And the big questions for these cores, do you buy out in these situations? How valuable is your buyback versus something like a Refresher on that Shaker? 6K gold on XXS. It's do or die. The Refresher might win you that fight. It could win you the game. Buyback could also win you a base fight. Might not even be able to get to the shop. That's another concern here.
These souls cast speed, so we're going to have some instant Requiems going out. He's got 2 of them. That is so much damage if you are right on top of a hero.
But think of how much control he has to go into.
Oh, yeah.
Double Song, Ag Static Storm, Stone Gaze, RP, Rolling Thunder. Any of these spells can mess you up.
XXS buys out that Refresher. He's playing for the all-in.
Could have buyback available if he gets 500 more gold or so here, but that is not an easy task with how little map they have to work with.
Oh,
and
yeah.
There's just no way Ame can get his up.
They're getting the crumbs that are falling off of Falcons' tables right now.
Falcons know it. They're going to play it safe. They're going to play it disciplined. They're going to play for Roshan. Put an Aegis on this Medusa. There's a decent chance he just becomes untouchable. They're getting more Omni/counter ability. E-Blade available for this Magnus. They can build into some more Lotus Orbs.
E-Blade, a Ghost Scepter. That's about it. Surprisingly, no Lotus Orbs, which they could have just gone for that and let Skeeter hit high ground, just keep, throwing those Lotus Orbs on him, but they played for the bigger kill. This big team fight combo. Falcons back up, go for the Roshan. It'll roar, and we'll see what Xtreme do about this. Even if they smoke up, are they going to be able to get there in time?
It just seems like an impossible fight. If you know they're coming, you just song the play. You make them BKB early to have to commit. There's going to be some RP interrupt.
Got the horn toss once again. The Pugna punished time and time again. Somebody has to die for this horn toss skewer combo. They'll get the pick off. They force the buyback, and they still claim the Roshan. The H is picked up. XM, he doesn't want to let them just push back into the base. They're going to try and play for this high ground. But again, these illusions are scouting things out. Falcons leaving nothing to chance here.
Snaking is very familiar with playing a late-game Naga Siren lineup in a TI Grand Final. This is a team that knows how to abuse the vision, knows how to look for the jump. They have the vision. They have the jump. This game is in their control right now.
Break it down for me, Avery. How does Xtreme win this fight?
Massive Requiems, a great catch from XXS, and the Omni Slash has to land.
He got two! He got two inside of that! The man just took it to him! He said, what do I need? It's all me, baby! I've got this! Finds an opening on two.
What
now
can
Ame has an opportunity. Oh, that outworld staff, man! It's just too good of a counter to the Omni Slash. Ame's making a run for it. He'll get back to the base safely. Falcons have bought back on Amar, though.
They want to end it. They still have Aegis. They know all the ults are on cooldown. This junk did not do enough with the opening.
Almost out of mana on the first life here. Skeeter is getting quite low.
They do have a refresh Requiem available.
Yeah.
XM hiding in the trees, looking on this ward. Skeeter backs up. That's a one-team fight for XG, stalling out this Aegis. XXS does it again. This man finds openings out of nowhere, and he has been decisive on the trigger.
Yeah, I couldn't even get to the preamble. He just saw a moment, went for it. Two steps in a blink.
You have to play like that in this game if you're going to win it as XG. And the Slugger hits almost killed Snaking. He got hit by two fissures, a bunch of Slugger echo damage. Naga almost died from collateral. And that was with the song going out. That's the upside for XG in this game. If you can find the jump, if you can commit, if you can put your BKBs to use, there is no counterplay to that other than the RP coming through. And it's not always fast enough, and it's not easy to get through these Requiem fears. 2.5 minutes left on the clock for Skeeter. Round 2 here for Falcons. They buy the mag to continue the push as XG trying to wait for ultimate cooldowns.
The banner gets dropped, and the damage, it's coming so fast. Xtreme had to cobble together some sort of idea here. Ame, he'll blink forward, deal with the banner.
Does have buyback
Spin on
now.
Cooldown.
It's worth mentioning. Two
Rolling
lives
Thunder, that's going to be a bit wasted here. Malrine tries to blink it again. Very awkward. Very far forward.
There's no punish, though.
That'll be a second lane. No response from Xtreme on that.
They are being pushed to the limit here. Bend, don't break. That has been the motto of this squad, but you can only bend so far.
And amp damage is in that top rune. Falcons.
Oh, do they see it? Does someone go back to check?
See it, man. Skeeter setting up 2 minutes. He wants to force this now.
Look, A on disc, ready to be assembled for ATF. You might not be able to get that same kind of play on the Magnus anymore.
One building left till Megas.
You gotta go here.
Half HP, where's the jump? They make the jump now. Try and hit for the Requiem. The RP gets locked down as well. Song. Still though, the fear pushes the Medusa inside. Little bit of a problem. Half mana for now. Trying to stall things out. Got the Static Storm out. Glimpse back onto him. Refresh. He couldn't get off the BKB. He's in trouble. Decrepify's gonna wear out. XM now he gets off the BKB. He's making a run for it, but the Stone Gaze will allow Skeeter. He'll take Megas.
XG against Megas. Need to find
he doesn't want to let him leave. He's running straight to him. He challenges Crit, but a cheese goes off. Crit, he's alive for now, but he's separated the rest from the Medusa refresh. And now he's got lots of stuns. It's a win for a little bit more. Requiem, Fisher, everything they have. A jump forward, goes after Crit once again. Way to bash. Still though, the Medusa's in trouble. Ame, wait the song, and they can't stop him.
Where's
he's teleporting away. There is no stuns.
He didn't Omni him in the ghost blade because he felt like he was gone, but the song bailed him out. Falcons escape with everybody. Another opening where XG just fall a little short.
The fight recap shows Xtreme Gaming, you got nothing out of that. You've given up Megas. They have the lineup to hold up against Mega. The game is not over yet, not by a long stretch. But it does
so
feel like
difficult.
Xtreme Gaming is just bleeding and bleeding, and they haven't really gotten any control back into this game. Maybe this Aghanim Scepter, though.
I mean, there have been very few comebacks against Mega Creeps on the TI main stage. There has never been a comeback against Mega Creeps in a Game 5 on the main stage. The pressure is building. It is almost too much, but XG, they are not out of this game yet. 5% chance. They will take those odds if they can find one more opportunity to output the damage. Ame, he buys out yet again in this game, consumes an entire Ags. He will have the Swiss Slash to throw out now. More tools in his arsenal.
It'll be a little hard for Skeeter to make that same read with the Outworld staff that he did before.
And a Hex on XXS, more control. That buys a lot of time for Ame to go in and deal some serious damage, and they were dealing some serious damage to that Medusa. As bad as the fight outcome was for you, you got Megas, you didn't get a lot off of that. You gained some confidence in taking Skeeter down.
You did.
He died very fast, especially to XM's damage.
Yeah, it helps so much that both the Requiem and these long-range Fissures, it pushes a lot of these Falcons heroes who are trying to sit behind the Medusa. It pushes them so far away that Skeeter just ends up on an island.
Exactly. Isolate the Medusa, take him out. Even if a clutch E-Blade comes through, you might still just be able to push through it. You always have the Demonic Purge to throw on him. Guarantee the Omni lands outside of the Outworld staffs here. Falcons take a breather, decide to farm up, try and reset this game a little bit. Still firmly in control. But you're going to have to close this one out. Second Hex available. There's now a double Hex with Refresher on the SF, double Hex with Refresher on the Earthshaker. Quad Hex potentially coming out from XG. That is a lot of control to fight through.
That's like 15 seconds of disable. What do you even do?
No BKB on this Dusa. I mean, you could just throw all the hexes into Skeeter, remove a lot of damage from the fight. You might get RP'd, but if there's no one to kill you in the RP, is it going to do that much here?
Look at all the Lotuses he's stacking up, man.
Oh, they are stacking them.
Another Tormentor. Once again, nobody to take the shard, just some gold for the squad. We're going to be playing 50 seconds until Roshan has the potential to respawn. I think this is a situation where Xtreme, no way they can contest. It's just going to be a good old-fashioned base defense. It's just going to be sitting on your tier 4s, daring Falcons to get closer and closer to your fountain, where the buybacks are more potent.
Those buybacks are everything now for XG. Ame, you're pretty much capped out. You just got to play for maybe a Refresher, maybe a Nullifier somewhere in this lineup, but buyback is a lot more important at this point.
I mean, if he could get to Refresher, that would be sick. 4 different slashes to get around these Outworld staffs and these Ghost Scepters.
Gotta abuse the fact that the fight is gonna happen in your base and you're gonna be able to reset a couple times. At the same time, I mean, if you can continue to find levels in this game, the Shadow Fiend level 30 talent for some extra Shadow Raise damage, all these small things can add up here. Probably need to win a fight to get here, at least 1 or 2. But you look at this net worth lead, a lot of this net worth lead for Falcons is on that support duo, which can play a huge role, but it's not necessarily going into this core-on-core man fight. And we've seen how quickly that fight can go XG's way. This game is not easy to end right now.
Mar has an E on disc. He's ready to put together if this initiation goes wrong, but it doesn't. He got the opening on the Shadow Fiend straight to the Static Storm. That's going to be a buyback.
No disruption in time. A clutch pickoff for ATF here. He will reach 25 off that extra RP stun duration. Can also be very impactful.
XM doesn't use his buyback right away. He's going to wait for Falcons to make another push. And Falcons are certainly going to go for that push. But how many times can they find this fissure opening? Every single time he goes for it, there's this risk that XXS responds fast enough that one of these supports managed to get off some sort of save.
The awkward timing here, Roche up in 40 seconds. You have to know that this is in the range for the spawn interval.
Yeah, maybe Falcons, maybe they just go back. Maybe they take this SF kill, but maybe they can't actually force the buyback for the risk. What if they lose this fight? What if they give up Roshan?
The safe disciplined play is to take Roshan here. 2 lives on the Dusa is what lets you break the high ground.
They'll
As
do
tempting
just
as
that.
it is to force the fight without the SF, it could go horribly wrong, and then if you lose that Roche, it could all slip away. They're thinking about both. They went to the pit, now they're back to the base. ATF, he's made the call. He wants to look for somebody.
Once again, the Pugna, because why not? A disruption, okay. Gets thrown out onto the Magnus. Lotusaur bounces it back, and it's still the death of Xnova. Man, it's just not getting to play any Dota right now. Still, though, they popped another Stone Gaze for this. The XM's back up in 10 seconds. It's actually feeling like even though Falcons are getting these pickoffs, they still can't get a buyback out of them. They just have to go to Roche.
Most important things in this game right now are the buybacks for XG and their Glyph. These are the 2 things they need to maintain in this game to have a fighting chance in that base defense. Doesn't matter how much lead you grow from here. The fight is not going to change that much. Maybe Refresher on crit gives you a little more potential, but you've reached your potential with this lineup. All the playmaking is there, and XG, they want to contest this Roche.
This is crazy.
This is absolutely insane. Going into all the vision, all the control, you can get substatic stormed at a moment's notice.
And Creeps are still hitting their tier 4s. They haven't even pushed the base out yet.
They're just going to get thrown. You have to go back.
You have to go back. There's no way you can stop this Roshan Falcons. They play it cool. They back away. 5-man smoke up. And now they're heading into the base.
They lost tier 4s off that. They lost so much.
They realize that Xtreme are a bit out of position. If they can get to the base before some of these other heroes, they can get yet another pickoff. It's Xnova again.
Does not have the buyback available.
Is that enough, Falcons? Ame, he's tired of this. No, the Lotusaur. Swift Slash. It was just a Swift Slash. Meanwhile,
JQ,
he just died in an instant. Skeeter took him out. And oh no, XM got bashed up right as he tried to go for the right ramp. And he's gone.
XG crumbling right now.
They're wearing through these heroes one by one. And Ame in frustration, he managed to get his spin up there. The inside, but it's that Stormer response, and his song as well. Still though, the spin gets off the side spin and bounce backwards. It didn't get onto the heroes. Now what do? You need a refresher. XXS, he can't go back. He has to go in. He has to use everything he has. Refresher into the Echo Slam. They get one. They got lead. Half HP on Skeeter. Ame fighting for it. Can he take down Dusa? It's almost the song. And now a refresh. When he comes back up, Snaking has just saved the game for them. It was going to be the Dusa dead, and instead, it's a Falcons victory.
Ame, you've been here before. Will you be denied again?
3 times denied. A horn toss, and it's over. Falcons, they've done it. Falcons are your TI champions.
This series went to a Game 5. That Game 5 went to the 58-minute mark. It took every buyback XG had to hold on to that game. Every tower in the base. Falcons push it to the limit. They gave ATF the hero that has been Ame's nightmare time and time again. The Magnus will once more shut their dreams of an Aegis down and achieve the dreams for this Falcons squad. A long time in the making for some of these players. They will finally lift this Aegis. For some of them, they've been here before. But for a lot of this squad, it will be their first time as international champions.
Snaking and Skeeter, now 2-time TI winners, and they do it with their teammate AUI, who is now the first coach for a 3-time champion. The duo of Maureen and Amar, from their time together in obscurity on a little team called Creep Wave, moving to different teams, cheering each other on every step of the way, and now realizing their dreams as a team. And then Crits, the player at this TI, the longest consecutive run, 12 years in the making for him. And now, the moment of triumph, the International 2025 champions, Team Falcons!
Ladies and gentlemen, the international champions, Team Falcons! Congratulations, congratulations, boys. Of course, I'm going for you first. ATF, my man, you have told the world that you were the best player on your team, the best player in the world. And now, you got the proof, baby. Now, you were right. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to Amar, the first place international champion! Any words, my friend?
Thank you, my family. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, my team. Thank you to everyone who supported us. And this is just the beginning.
Skitter! I guess the debate is over. Wraith Pact TI was not a fluke after all. You carried your team in Singapore, and you have done it here again in Hamburg. Skitter, the mic is yours, my man. What's on your mind?
I'm just so happy that I was part of a squad that helped Crit win TI after he tried so many years. I'm just so happy for him. And obviously for Amar and Maureen to win TI at such a young age is a privilege, and I'm kind of jealous. But yeah, they did their part, and I'm just so happy for everyone.
Thank you so much. Snake King, my North American brother, you have been the glue that has kept this team together. You always believed in this team, and they have always believed in you. And now, you get to raise a second Aegis with your brothers! How does it feel? Any words for them?
It's amazing. I'm on top of the world. I'm very grateful for Skitter and AI. We're going to run it again.
We're going to run it again!
Maureen, may I baller you for a moment, and you think you could maybe lift the Aegis for me as well? There are only 11 different mid laners inscribed on this trophy, and now you are joining the ranks of Dota history on just your second TI. Now I know generally you got a lot to say, Maureen, but has a TI made you speechless?
I barely can talk, but I never would dream and think that I would have any chance winning TI, especially as a earliest.
It is a reality, Maureen. Start believing it.
Fantastic. Sir, we will take that Aegis right over here. Oh, okay, give it away whoever you want. That's all yours, all right. Owie 2000. Hell yeah! Lift it up! Owie 2000, you are the first man in history to see 3 teams to an Aegis, my friend. You have broken the record, and there's no denying you're the greatest mind in Dota history! Is there anyone you would like to thank in this moment?
I think just my team, Stas in particular. Thank you, Stas, carrying TTI. But no, thanks for all the people who make this game so great. Honestly, like, I don't know what my life would be without Dota. And I don't know, I just can't express my thanks enough to everyone. Thank you for watching, thanks for supporting us.
And thank you for such an incredible performance. Thank you.
And last, but certainly not at all the least, Crit. This moment is the culmination of 9 different TI attempts. When many people would have given up, you persevered, my man. No matter what the rosters, no matter what the setbacks, no matter what the region, you never gave up. And now, the day has come. Crit, you are a TI winner!
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's been a long time, and I like to not react too much when we win, and I feel like this time I'm lucky that I can even talk. I just want to thank everyone that supports us, especially our friends and family. Yeah, just thank you, everyone. It means everything.
Enjoy the moment, my friend. If anyone has earned it, it is you. And all of us, please, can we celebrate in this moment and make one more round of applause for your TI 14 champions, Team Falcons!
A crowning achievement on anyone's career, and Team Falcons, they get it for themselves. A team effort that spans beyond the 5 players and their coach to get to this moment, to get to this main stage here in Barclays Arena in Hamburg, and they have done it. They have finally done it, Kazu.
What an absolute treat to watch this entire TI and them winning this TI. And you can just, like, it's one thing to win TI and it's another thing to win it with the people closest to you. Like Amar and Malrine, they've played together for years. You can just see it. It's honestly, like, it's so touching and beautiful to, like, see this game unfold and to see a team win. It's taking me, like, everywhere.
I mean, in 2024, they were the favorites, right? They came into the Copenhagen TI with Crit on the roster, you know, hometown hero. They weren't able to do it. They kept the same roster. They didn't give up. In 2025, they didn't even win a single LAN. Coming into this TI, you know, they were also still weren't considered the favorites, but they showed that through the tenacity of these 5 players, with their coach, with their management, and everyone around them, they were able to craft some of the best, you know, strategies that we have seen at this TI.
I mean, they struck gold with this roster. Ever since Falcons came into the scene a year ago, they were considered one of the best teams, even though they didn't win that TI last year. They're here on the stage now as the winners. They didn't change a thing. All of these players are so exceptional at what they do. They are so good in their roles. They have the confidence. They did not falter. And their road was long. It was grueling. They played the longest games during the road to TI. They had some throws. They had some comebacks. They went through the ringer to get to this Aegis.
Even with going through the upper bracket, they were still the team that played most games with the road to TI and the TI combined.
I mean, I feel like it had to be Crit to win it then, right? The fact that, you know, like we've already said, you know, it's his 9th TI in a row. He hadn't won it yet. He finally overcomes it. Of course, snaking Skidder is now their second TI in the books. Malrine's second ever TI played. He finally gets his win. It really is just a matter of everything. And for Amar to so calmly say when he lifts the Aegis, you know, that's not the end of it. You know, there's more to come.
This is the start.
This is the start.
They're both 20 years old. Like, they're like best friends winning TI together at 20. You have Crit who powers through it for like years and years. And I know that Snaking, he has to deal with Amar and Malrine, and I know that they're clowns a lot of the time. Like, he has to, like, you know, simmer them down, level them, make sure everything works. And AUI 2000, there's a big reason that people call him like IQ 2000. Like, this guy, he knows it all. This team, I don't know, it's just so amazing to watch them.
I love that team dynamic, though, that you mentioned, that there are these 2 crazy kids just having fun. They're playing for the love of Dota 2. You know, people laugh at them, people call them toxic, because they're just enjoying themselves. They're tipping, they're in it together. You saw how they just plopped on the ground, just relieved at the win, just staring at each other. That was a shot out of a movie, looking at that.
Yes, it really was.
That's how much TI means to these players, right? They've won so many tournaments. Have you seen them be that emotional, lay on the floor? That's how much this tournament has a grasp on our players. Like, this is why this tournament is the most beautiful tournament of any point in the calendar. It is everything. And for the players, you can see how much it means to them.
Yeah, it has been a fantastic 2 years in the making, I think, this grand finals for Team Falcons. And to make it in a Game 5 as well, I do want to say, I mean, they did eliminate Xtreme Gaming with the Magnus. I'm going to forgive them for that.
Arme won't, but
he will never forget. Like, he already has so many days he can't forget. Like, this one on top for XG, it's honestly so sad and like so trauma-inducing, but you got to really give it to Falcons. They go back for the Snake King Naga. He's won TI with it before. Crit on Disruptor, not something we see too often, but this guy, he's played for so long. He's been in so many lands, in so many games. He can play whatever you need him to play.
Also, Skeeter on that Medusa, give that man his flowers. In a lot of the games this tournament, it was Malrian and Amar being the scaling heroes into the late game. In this Game 5, they put full faith in Skeeter. They made him the win condition. They expected him to carry them until the very end, and that he did. He is a world-class carry. He is the best carry in the world right now.
I mean, I remember, like, this guy has absolutely way too many people that were, like, hating on him. And also, too, we heard Tsunami say the Rave Pack TI. People were saying, yeah, they only won because of Rave Pack here, there. No, look at them at this TI. They make the meta. They play their heroes. They play them top class. And that's why they win the tournament, not because of some random items here or there.
I mean, it's the fact that it's a team where all 5 players at different points had to shine to win a game, right? It's not a TI where we're looking at one player who's been able to, carry the team or whatever, right? It literally is all 5 blending together and creating this harmony of strategy and, friendship.
Yeah, let's take a look at the road that Team Falcons has taken to get to this very point and taking the championship in the finals. It was a relatively smooth sailing through the upper bracket, but the games were not easy. There was only one of those series that was a 2-0 at the very beginning, but the rest went the distance.
Yeah, losing game 1 was Falcons' MO to winning this TI, right? Losing game 1 to BB, losing game 1 to Vision, then losing game 1 to Xtreme, but they showed that they knew how to adapt and understand. The emotions did not let them, overwhelm the series. The fact that whoever was leading the talks behind stage, be it Amar, be it Aoi, that was pushing the team forward, and it isn't just a clean sweep. They had to, like Effie already mentioned, they had to do every aspect of a team to get to this point.
They really benefited too from the way they played this tournament. I mean, we heard Snake King on stage yesterday saying because of the group stage, because of how long the games were, how many games that they threw or they perceived as playing bad, that is what taught them today and how they're playing. Every series that they played, every loss, they took a lesson from that and they applied it to the next one. And you could just see it unfold in front of you. It was beautiful.
I think the entirety of the International, including the road to the International, was beautiful. This one is going to go down as one of the better Internationals in my book, that's for sure. This was amazing. We saw great Dota. The games were back and forth. And Kezu, I just want to talk one moment with you in Germany on the main stage.
I mean, I'm just so happy to be here. Hamburg, ich danke euch alle. Es ist mein allererstes TI als Talent. Es freut mich total. Ohne euch wäre Dota und TI nicht das, was es ist. Thanks to all of you for watching, because honestly, this was my first time here. It's incredible.
What was your best moment, would you say?
My best moment?
Yeah.
Probably just stepping on like the TI stage and like just talking and like getting into it, because you're really nervous before, but you go into it a few minutes and then you feel like the emotion of the games and of the fans, and you're just like, you're immersed. It's real.
The TI vibes that people often, you hear them talking about it, but they are real. You feel it in Falcons as well. That's why they have the reaction as much as they do. Effie, how do you feel the TI vibes right now? And what was your most TI vibey moment?
Oh my God, everything has been amazing. Just being a part of this, witnessing it firsthand, watching a team change their lives, cement their legacy, hearing the roar of the fans as it's happening, just being a part of it is something, a feeling that I cannot explain. And if you're asking me for a highlight, it has to be ATF picking Ursa in a Game 4 of a Grand Finals when they're down again, when they could be losing.
That's
the
wild.
balls, the absolute
That's
audacity, the fucking confidence for that pick. Wild. That was amazing. That was an all-timer.
I definitely believe that, and I echo that sentiment. Tigov, it's been quite a journey to get here. How about you?
I mean, it's simply just the magic in the air, right? The fact that we've had teams like Heroic, you know, with Yuma, with KJ, show up on the main stage and make this incredible run. We've had Arme backs against the wall. He wanted to be crowned. Maybe not this year, maybe next year. Ooh, come on, Arme, it's in China. Keep playing, boss. Don't give up. But it's the fact that we have this, like every single team. We're going to remember Falcons for winning it, but along the way here, one of the best roads to the international that we've ever had. One of the best group stages that I've ever witnessed myself. And that alone is proof that the TI is, like, it's never going to die. It's just beautiful, and to me, Dota is just an amazing game. No complaints. You are amazing. Which camera am I looking at? You are amazing for playing the game. You are amazing for watching the game, this one, and together, this game is beautiful. It doesn't matter about anything else going on right now. This is why this game is so fantastic. These moments you forget about everything. That is why Dota is irreplaceable. It will never fucking die. This game is amazing.
This game is amazing, and I want to say, Barclays Arena, you have been amazing. You were a treat to hear every single game, and it was full from day one, from minute one, and I love you for it, and I love the energy that we had going on in the arena every single day. You guys showed up here for this. It was a tremendous road, a fantastic journey, and it is Team Falcons that ended up being written in the stars, but guess what? I heard Shanghai looks pretty nice in August 2026. That's coming up, of course, at the end. There's gonna continue being TI champions. But for now, for this moment, and for this year, it is Team Falcons, your TI champions. And I wish you all the best good night and enjoy the rest of the evening. And we'll see you all for the next one.
Nobody, you want more?